13-inch MacBook Air model A1369. Heatsink and thermal paste replacement. This applies to year 2010 and 2011. Make sure that the Mac is completely shut down. Close the lid, flip it over. We'll be removing the 10 screws that are securing the back panel to the unit. We're going to need a proprietary Apple's star-shaped pentalobe screwdriver bit. Starting in the top left corner, remove the small screw first. Now, the next two screws in the center up top are slightly longer than the rest of the screws. Just keep an eye on them. Once you remove them, set them aside and remove the remaining 8 screws. With the screws out of the way, go ahead and gently lift up on the back panel and move it out of the way. Locate the battery connection, lift it by its tab and wiggle it left to right as you pull on it. Let's disconnect the input and output board data cable. It's connected on the right and the left. You can disconnect it by gently lifting up on the socket and then just peeling the cable back. We're going to need a T5 screwdriver bit. The fan is secured with 3 screws. Let's remove the top right first, then the one on the left. We need to disconnect the I/O board power cable to expose the third and final screw. Just unplug it and move it out of the way. With the third screw removed, we need to lift up the eyelash carefully before we pull the power cable for the fan. You can just get underneath it like this and just pull it out. And now we can safely remove the fan. We need to remove this hidden screw on the heatsink. Now let's remove the 8 T5 screws that are holding down the heatsink. It doesn't matter what order you remove them at. With those 8 removed, you can lift up the heatsink. You can use a paper towel to clean off the old thermal paste. It comes right off. You can use the same on the GPU and the CPU. Now with some thermal paste compound, apply just a drop on each chip and just place the clean heatsink right over it. Now secure it with the 8 T5 screws. With the 8 screws reattached, make sure not to forget the side screw. Reassembly. Put the fan into its socket as you're plugging it into the logic board. Make sure to lock in the lever. Go ahead and lift up the rubber gasket and place the fan in. Secure the bottom screw of the fan first. Then secure the top left and the top right. You can plug the I/O board into the logic board and reconnect the I/O board data cable over the top on the left side first, then on the right. Gently reinsert the battery back into its socket on the logic board. Make sure it's firmly in. Place the cover back and secure the cover with the 10 screws. Put in the 2 longer screws and the top middle first, and then you can screw in the remaining 8 screws that are shorter. This concludes this tutorial. I hope you found it very helpful.